Hello there! I'm back again to record another weapon of Primal video. Recently I looked over the Primal shotgun and made a pure crit build video about it, and it was bonkers. I've linked the video down in the description if you would like to check that one out too. It is absolutely a great shotgun. Not kind of the top tier, but it is a fun one if you really like the weapons that are considered single target killers. Speaking about single target weapons, this one is also great with mist monsters as well. It might not be as great for cleaning up crowds of husks, but it packs a punch. And that is the Primal pistol. It is somewhat different than the shotgun itself in terms of damage. It has 89 base damage. The funny thing about this is that the Primal pistol has the highest base damage out of all four Primal weapons. So for sure this Primal pistol can do really good against single targets. I didn't want to make another pure crit build on the pistol like the shotgun one, so I've tried multiple different perks for this thing, like the headshot build and the triple damage. It still did perform the same way as I expected, so I just went and throw a crit coverage build for the most optimal use for the Primal pistol. So now that we're speaking about the perks, we can take a look on what perks are available for our spiky little pocket gun. When I double checked the perks before recording this after like the shotgun, I just saw they're literally the same exact options for perking. I just hope you watched that video before this one, because let's just say whatever I said in that video about the perks, you can apply it here, but replace the shotgun word with the pistol instead. I know I might rant a little bit, but it's really funny that they did not bother putting some differentiation on the perking on the Primal weapons set. I hope the other two doesn't fall the same way with the ones we have now, because right now it's like you witnessed students in your class copying the smartest one's homework, but this time make it look obvious. Well, as of recording, we have the Primal shotgun available from the quest line and the Primal pistol in the event store. I do believe they might change some things later on, including the nature locked element perk, so that way I could make like a revisit video of the Primal weapons in the future whenever some of these are patched. So as for now, we will have to like deal with it anyway. So I did say before I picked the crit coverage build because I would say this would be like the most commonly used by a lot of people in the player base. I did the same build from the Primal shotgun video with this pocket pistol, like the double crit damage and damage to mist monsters. It nearly dealt almost 3 million damage if you are in a full lobby. I tried it in a pub match. I dealt like way less when I was queuing alone, but the damage is still outstanding. That actually showcases the weapon itself having the highest base damage out of all. Double headshot damage is also an option for a build here, but you won't deal very high crit damage unless you want to try with the one on the second perk slot here. Maybe you'll do a huge ton because the Primal pistol has 2 times headshot multiplier, so it's not only the highest in base damage on all the Primal weapons, but as well for headshotting. It is somewhat a special weapon of the set. I just wish the same for the perks though. Wow, that re-perk. Changing the perks here costs 600, but this spot costs like only 1. This is weird. Anyways, for the 6 perks, how unfortunate for me, the game gave me the worst 6 perk for this, because this burst pistol is not really great for crowd clearing, just objectively for single targets, so eliminating 5 enemies in 4 seconds is not the best of all the 3, in my honest opinion. What I would suggest is the other 2, either killing 1 mist monster for the long duration of the frenzy buff, or the bonus 30% damage on enemies above 85% health. Those 2 work way better either way. Personally, I prefer the 30% bonus damage 6 perk to like hit them harder. So the loadout is probably another totally rocking out loadout. It's just for the highest damage output that you can make possible with a primal pistol. I have Beetlejuice on the commander lead for the 225% increase of critical damage with pistols and SMGs, totally rocking out, activated with battle beat and subwoofers as usual. Hip shot to give a little bump for the overall damage with pistols and SMGs as well. Six shooter is interesting for the 20% pistol damage. It is interesting indeed. I know it is only the first 6 shots, and the primal pistol has like 8 rounds of its magazine size, the base one. The first 2 shot is the most important to hit the hardest, because if I ever had that 6 perk of 30% bonus damage, this would have played a very big part for killing a big target. Mostly not for some like area of effect focus playstyle. And yeah. And lastly, Saurian Instinct perk helps me heal up after phase shifting and using other abilities. I would like to put some other heroes in this loadout that could also help, but I had to pick heroes that actually suit me. Like Gunblazer Southie, for example, he increases the damage of your pistol and SMG by a good amount, even in support. But since I am one of those lazy players that don't want to move too often and get hurt midway of my phase shift, I just couldn't feel like having him in support. But if you do otherwise, you can use him in your build, in which he is still great overall. I just personally don't use him. And of course, Swamp Knight. He increases your damage towards mist monsters based on how much health you've lost, and he could be insanely good whenever your health is down to like half or less. And because the primal pistol is a single target monster killer, perhaps he can be a really, really good option for this loadout. And that should be all for the primal pistol. I might actually say I can suggest picking this pistol up. It is strong, but not really as strong as the other pistols out there. I would think this weapon can work best for some sort of like a switching weapons style, like that one Buccaneer Jonesy or Swashbuckler Keelhaul Pirate loadout. You switch from this thing to buff damage on either the pistol or the sword. It's that kind of a weird, goofy loadout. That might not end up being very strong, but it does sound fun in a way, clearing out crowds of husks and leaving the big ones alive for the pistol to finish the job. Just like how Agent 47 managed to silently kill off goons with a small melee knife-like weapon and kill the important target with a magnum for last. Honestly, that would be a pretty cool video idea in the future. Anyways, sorry for almost getting sidetracked. I'll just say feel free to grab the weapon if you feel like wanting to get out of the meta and have fun killing smashers with it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, take care of yourself, and love yourself.